Hello everyone. There was a big gap. I didn't post anything on YouTube. It was almost a little bit more than a month, I believe. Maybe a month and a week because we just bought a house. Actually, Italia was the mastermind behind this purchase. She just hates being in front of the camera. So I have tried to purchase a house before, and I had a nearly perfect credit score, like in the 800s. The maximum is 850, and I probably had like 830 at least. But I didn't have the work years, which is actually not true because I was working as an instructor for around 6 years. But the bank was not crediting me as a continuous employment because I went from one company to a different company, although I was doing the same thing. You see, before then, before the 2007 or 2008 real estate crash, everyone could get a house if the person was able to fog a mirror. That's the funny way they say it, and it's true, it was so easy. But then, after that, the 2008 crisis, everything just flipped to the other side. They made it way too hard to buy a house. The moral of the story then is just asking one bank is not enough, because you have to actually ask different creditors when you want to buy a house. Don't just try one. Sometimes you have to try 12 different creditors. So by the time I learned how to play the game, my credit score went to 400, which of course I don't know if anyone would give me a house loan for that kind of credit score. So I actually gave up. I don't think there's a chance for me now at this point, so that's why I probably would rather build one if we want a second house. And it was a lot of moving, and I have two tiny houses in progress, and just to move one tiny house from the storage, it was taking me weeks, and we managed. This is the image of the big tiny house that I've been working on for years. We arrived to the house at 1 a.m. in the morning, and it was hard to get it in, backing up on the street, and also it got caught, the bottom got caught, so I had to change a couple of things. I think it took me like 4 or 5 hours to back up properly, and it's not even the backing up, it's the problem that the bottom was too low. So what a memory. And I am planning to make a lot of YouTube videos about the construction of this tiny house, even backdating some, because I just didn't have the means to make videos that time. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see the construction and finishing this big monster tiny house in the near future. I'm gonna document that. To move the big tiny house, which is crazy, I had to rent U-Haul because my truck had this other tiny house on it, and since then a lot of planting trees, building the garden, organizing. Moving can take, just without gardening, it can take a month or even more. So that's why I didn't have time to do anything. But now I have a lot of interesting projects coming on, and I got some emu eggs. I got an incubator, which was costing me over $1,000. Very expensive incubator, one of the best. So it's the Digital Sportsman, and I had this dream to get some ostriches, but the reason I didn't get ostriches yet because it's not the season. Their season lasts until I think October, from April to October, and right now is emu season. The emus are has a breeding season, and their season is I'm not sure where it's beginning, but their season is ending just about when the ostrich is starting. So the emu breeding season, I think, end about March. So I was able to get some eggs in February, I think the 5th of February or something like that. So I'm gonna keep you posted on it. The next video is gonna be about receiving the emu eggs in the mail and putting them in the incubator. So this is a super exciting project. And after that, maybe I'll get rheas or ostriches. Those are also ratites. You know, the family of ratites, they're like 3 different kind of birds. Is the ostrich from Africa. This is the biggest bird on the planet, known to man. And then the emu is the second largest. Is like, you know, the ostrich grows 8, maybe 9 feet tall. The emu grows 5, 6 feet tall, and the rhea is like more like 4 or 5, or rather 5 feet tall. So that's the family of ratites. And again, the ostrich is from Africa. The emu is originating from Australia, and the rhea is, I think, South America. So yeah, this is amazing project. Super excited. So let me explain what am I doing here. I'm planting alfalfa seeds, of course, before it needs to be dug up, and the reason is because I'm planning to have a few animals. Probably, hopefully, the emus are gonna hatch, and maybe some other animals. I was also thinking rabbit, goat, maybe chicken. So those animals, well, you can buy them feed, but some of the feed, I think, is very unhealthy. There's a lot of stuff even in dog food, and of course some people actually feed their emus with dog food, which is kind of weird. But I mean, I'm not saying it's totally wrong, but even dogs get sick from some of the stuff they put in dog food. So I'd rather have everything organic, natural. I'm planting this alfalfa because this is a natural. These birds, these animals, they don't just eat seeds. Some people say, oh, and the birds, they only eat seeds. No, they actually can graze. And they can either eat grass or alfalfa. The reason why alfalfa is better because it has more protein content than just regular grass, much higher. So these animals are growing, especially when they're young, and they need all the protein to build their bodies. I heard the ostriches grow as much as 1 feet every month. It's like the fastest growing animal, much faster growing than cows or any large animal. So let me show you some of the trees we planted in the front yard. Dapple, then they blew out. And the one that's closest to me is Flavor Queen, the yellow one. The red one was the Dapple Dandy. There is a Flavor Supreme Pluot, is the green one. The orange one is the Flavor King. And going this way, is Royal Apricot, the red one. The small one is Babok White Peach. This blue one is temptation nectarine, and this one with the orange mark is July Kim Alberta peach. So we have the cherry. This branch coming the top is Van cherry. Cold hardy, reliable, heavy bearing. That's awesome. We have the giant Utah cherry. That's the smallest branch, fortunately. I wish it was the biggest. More flavorful than Bing or Lambert, see? Should have got more of that. The Rainer cherry is the green branch. Go this way. It's avocado. We have persimmon. It's Fuji Jura persimmon. Going this way is Honeycrisp apple. Honeycrisp apple. This is a loquat. Some dates. This is all-in-one almond. Okay, it is pronounced almond. So this tree needs to get trimmed because it's getting close to the wires. Alright, so this is the yard. A lot of work. That was a fire pit right there that I removed. The rocks are over there, and I want to remove this. I don't know what kind of tree is this. There's probably gonna be some fig trees in here, and yeah, still a lot of trees need to be planted. This is the house. We already planted here some vegetables. Tomato, Brussels sprout, onions, broccoli. We're gonna have to put some blackberries, maybe some grapes. There are already some grapes here. There's gonna be some alfalfa earlier. And yeah, I'm gonna do something. Birds going back here. The reason why I didn't have a lot of time to make YouTube videos because where we moved is really kind of the desert area, barely have rain. We didn't have rain for weeks, and I wanted to do all the planting, the seeds, the alfalfa for the front yard and the trees, because the rain is much better for the plants than just water, the tap water. The rain is soft and clean, and it drags the nitrogen from the air. So yeah, it's just much better for the plants. So it was my priority to get this done before all the rain, so the seeds can benefit from the rain and the trees as well.